Okay. Hello. I'm Isaku Yamahata. In this session, I'd like to introduce our enhancement to Neutron project and new project. We call it Service VM and Device Manager project. Okay. The eventual goal is to support NFV with OpenStack. What is NFV? NFV, Network Function Virtualization. It is traditionally network service comes as hardware, physical appliance. So it is inflexible, and its cost is expensive, and its innovation speed is rather slow compared to virtualization and cloud technology. So by virtualizing a network function, we can take advantage of virtualization and cloud technology. So we can accelerate innovation speed of network services. Eventually we can reduce its cost, capex and opex. So since OpenStack is the most popular cloud technology, so it plays an important role for NFV. So in the OpenStack community, there are several efforts to support NFV. There are several missing building blocks for NFV support in OpenStack. So one of them is the lifecycle management of service VMs and services. So far, service plugins or service drivers in Neutron implements their own lifecycle management by their own. So it imposes a high development cost to develop virtual appliance. So it is highly desirable to build a common code base for lifecycle management, so that it lowers the bar for vendors to provide their own virtual appliance. So this is the main motivation for us to start advanced network service framework in the Neutron project. So this slide shows its diagram. It provides lifecycle management as a core code, and it manages the service. It keeps track of virtual machines and services that runs in virtual machines, and it manages VMs and services and configures them as on basis of user requests, and it adopts a plugin architecture or device level architecture so that it can support various kind of services or various kind of vendor virtual appliances. And it also provides REST API for cloud administrators to manage those virtual service, virtualized network functions. Virtualized network functions. Okay, let's have a look at how this framework works. Suppose cloud user wants to deploy their web applications. There is a application server that runs in a dedicated VM, and also he has database servers in a VM. So to connect, to publish their web application to internet, he wants to insert web firewall service between public network and application servers and database servers. So he requests to insert those firewall between them, and at that time, the framework notices there is no service VM available for firewall service. So it starts to boot necessary virtual machines. So it requests create VMs to Nova, and then Nova creates virtual machines on demand. Then virtual machines is created. Inside the virtual machines, the service will start inside VM. But at this point, there is no configuration in there. So this service is sort of a blank. So the configuration information needs to be inserted or injected into the virtual machines. So when the driver pushes the configuration, this is provided by cloud user. So the configuration is pushed to the configuration agent. And then the configuration agent pushes or injects into the virtual machine. Then guest agent configures its service based on user request. And also, user wants to deploy a firewall before in front of application server. So the framework also creates a virtual machine and then starts service agent inside the VM. And then configuration is pushed into the VM. Then the service is also configured. Now user is ready to publish the service to the internet. Then many consumers, many users will access to this web application like this. Okay, this slide shows its development status. Basically, proof of concept is mostly implemented. However, I've tried to push this code into the neutron upstream. However, the discussion went for different direction. So it is decided to create create a new project dedicated for lifecycle management. So the reason is this lifecycle device or virtual machine and service management, lifecycle management is not specific to neutron networking. So it can be used by any other OpenStack project or even any project outside OpenStack. And it is beneficial to provide unified interface to outside. So it is decided to create a new project dedicated for service VM and device manager. So right now we've just started a new project, and I'm about to create a new repository in the StackForge. So there are lots of opportunities for innovation and for you to contribute. So join the new project. So new project. So that's it. So thank you for listening.